afternoon. I'm behind the camera today and I am going to be making this. I'm going to be making this from, oh, don't want that on my counter. And I'm making that from this cookbook. I have mentioned it before. So basically what it is, I'm just going to do a rundown of all the ingredients that I'm going to be using in it. I believe I'm not going to be showing you salt and pepper because, well, everybody has salt and pepper and that's just a given. Okay, so we're going to start and go that way. So here are all the ingredients that I got. These are my meats. Hold on. Here, I'll let you look at the spicy pork. All right, this one's just ground beef. This one was the ground chuck, I believe. Yep. And then this one's the Italian ground pork. It's a spice. It should be spicy. Yeah. Anyway, okay, so I got 3 kinds of meat. Then I got an onion, but I'm only going to use half of this onion with this recipe, and then I'll use the other half tonight because I'm making this chili for my husband's work for tomorrow because his work is having a potluck for the Super Bowl stuff, but I think they're having a chili bake-off or whatever you call it. A chili cook-off, I guess. Anyway, so I'm only going to use half of this onion because that's what the recipe calls for. Oh, I did forget one ingredient. Let's see if I can get it without keeping too much stuff out of camera. Oh, sorry about that. I tried to keep it nice and even. I forgot one ingredient. Anyway, okay, so half of this onion. I'm just going to dice it. Okay, so this recipe calls for chili peppers, and I have no idea if a chili pepper comes like dry like these ones, or if they come like this. I am not taking these out of the bag. I bought gloves, and these are freaking medium, so I'm going to be swimming in medium gloves. They didn't have any smalls, so I'm going to be wearing gloves with cutting these, and I'm going to scrape out some of the seeds, but I'm going to actually probably keep some of the seeds because, after all, this is supposed to be Dragonbreath Chili, you know, as you can read with the flavor text. Occasionally breathe flame, so you're supposed to be able to breathe flame with it. But anyway, I'm going to use gloves for these. This is just 2 jalapeno peppers. The recipe calls for just 1, and the last time I made it for my husband and I followed the recipe completely, and it wasn't very spicy because the recipe calls for Thai peppers, and I didn't use those in the recipe because I couldn't find them at my grocery store. So in the last recipe, I used serrano peppers, and I only used 2 because it does call for only 2 Thai peppers. So I doubled the recipe, and I am using 4 serrano peppers right here. So it only called for 1 jalapeno, and it called for 2 chili pepper or Thai peppers. So I'm using 4 serrano, and I am going to be using my gloves on them because, oh, and then I got cheese here. This is just to go on the top, as it said. You're supposed to, if you like. I don't usually add cheese to the top of mine. And then this is still the same, it's just dried chipotle. Yeah, anyway, it's just, you know, I'll just chop that into smaller pieces. I'm not sure I'll just chop those up. They're kind of annoying to chop up because they kind of want to jump everywhere. So anyway, I'm going to use those. Both of these are the same, so I'm just going to show you the one. Alright, so then it asks for 2 15-ounce cans of chili beans. And I got hot chili sauce with these. So, I'm going to add those. It doesn't say to drain them, so gonna just go ahead and put them in like this. And since it's in a sauce already, I don't know if I'm supposed to drain them or not. I drained them the last time, but I didn't get the hot kind. I got mild last time. But like I said, this is supposed to be make you breathe fire. Okay, and then I got, now these two actually are different, which I wanted 2 of these. Here, I'll just put it up like this. I wanted 2 of these, but I could only find the one in this style. So this is the other. Oh, these are 28-ounce cans. And I just got seasoned diced tomatoes. I don't know. They're just diced tomatoes. So I got 2 of them. I knew when I got them that they're going to be 2 different ones, so I didn't come home and find a surprise. And like any chili, you get your tomato paste. This is, you can't read it very well, but it's 6 ounces. And I'm going to use beef stock. It calls for beef broth, but like I've said in many of my other videos, I do not use broth if I can use stock instead. Okay, so this does have, like, it's got salt and seasoning to it. You can buy the kind that doesn't have, you know, that doesn't have the salt or whatever added. But this is the brand I usually buy, Kitchen Basics brand. It's probably not the best brand. It's probably pretty expensive. I actually have not sourced this, sourced these out, so this is just what I always go to. Because they used to come in a 48-ounce can, and that was the, or 48-ounce jar, like, or big, you know, carton like this, because that was how I would buy my chicken stock, with a 48-ounce thing. But see how this one is only 32, so I don't need all of this. I'm only going to use half of it, because it asks for 2 cups of chicken or beef broth, so that's 16 ounces. So I'm only going to be using half of that. And then I asked my husband to get a can of beer, and he gets, this is his beer. I don't drink anymore. I'm a recovering alcoholic, so I don't drink anymore. So I won't even be drinking this. I never drank this to begin with anyway. I mean, I'm kind of a sucker for IPA beers. If it's black, it better taste bitter and got that taste that I like. That's just how I liked my beer. So anyway, this is just regular old Heineken. And anyway, so these are all the things I'm going to be using to make my chili. Like I said, this chili is from this cookbook. I got this cookbook for my for Christmas, this Christmas. And I'm making this. And yes, I didn't have to, sorry about that, didn't mean to wiggle it. I was trying to straighten it out, but anyway, yes, I didn't have to do the flavor text, but, or, you know, I didn't have to use this at all, but I'm kind of banking on the whole Dragonbreath Chili gimmick, you know, to have people at least try my chili. And I'm hoping that this will be spicier than the version that I made the first time around. Okay, bye!